No. This is the part of Mr. Rogers where he comes in and he's still his workaday self. Yeah. Would you rather just be naked? But instead of putting on some loafers and a sweater. Yeah, you better get those robes on! I don't want to startle you, but I made a hire. Okay. Are you okay? You got some money? Look at this newsman freaking out. Because this week the cameraman is Cornbread mix.
Oh, I gotta get my shit.
Yeah, this has to happen.
I had a moment of dread wondering if I would have to forego drugs in order to...
Reserved for clergy. Man, where's the Rev when you really need him? Kappo and The Rev finally emblazoned properly.
Thank you for being a...
And now, the news.
Hey! I'm from the Kappo and The Rev News Network!
There's people coming to the door.
I'm like Orlu!
Oh, there's people. Is this Orlu?
I'm gonna bring you all the news all at once. This from Montreal. Parlez-vous François? Les jours sont faits.
You do look like a Frenchman.
Yeah. Enhanced news. I'm zooming in on the real story right now. Vatican City says protesters would have their anuses eaten.
It's Cornbread and The Rev here. This just in from Crime Cider. CBS News. Mainstream news only.
Dude,
for a cat.
I didn't want you to see that. I didn't want you to know that I'm using mainstream news.
It feels good. It feels right.
Fugitive ex-leader of Cornbread Mafia pot ring nabbed in Canada.
That's the happiest place to be nabbed, I think.
Yeah, Canada.
In the nuts or in Canada. This from Montreal.
This fresh out of Montreal, Canada. Rev easily could pass as a Frenchman.
The game is up.
Ton cul est le nôtre.
The reputed former leader of the notorious Kentucky-based Cornbread Mafia marijuana ring has been captured in Canada after 8 years on the run. That's an entire George W. Bush presidency.
It is.
Yeah. Dare I say it, that's an entire Donald Trump
You know what?
presidency.
I was thinking about the world tour, and here we are. It's Marketing 101 with Kappo and The Rev. We're picking the places where we need to spread the word.
This from Montreal.
Of KappoandTheRev.com, of course, the edutainment leaders. You know, we got Washington, D.C. here. We got a stab at the dark heart of the Luciferian cockpit. We got Vatican City, Rome. We're going to go, we got, of course, a Kappo and The Rev, Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, come on, man. White people smoke crack, too.
And, of course, here at Kappo and The Rev, our number one audience is the machine. So, Truth and Consequences, New Mexico. We got to find all the places where we got all the air bases. We really want to be a big hit with the military. Rev wants me to plan the world tour here. And he's like, hey, you want to play Vegas? And I'm like, no.
You ever been to Kokomo, Indiana?
Yeah, we're going to play only the saddest of meth town. Oh, yeah, here's how much we're spending. Oh, are you okay? You got some money? Oh, $50. Oh, no, wait. We're going to drag this over. Let's spend about $5,000 a week advertising. You know, if I had terminal cancer, I think rather than spending a lot of money on healing myself, I just go kind of super crazy and spend all my money on silly social media advertising. I had Nashville, Tennessee on there for a second, but Kentucky, man. Kappo and The Rev, Kentucky.
70 Kentuckians were accused of growing 182 tons of marijuana.
We're talking about Cornbread. We're sort of like country stars, very conservative radio.
And they said cunty.
We're very cunty stars, dude.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but when you listen to the news, you will interpret it the Kappo and The Rev way. If you think I'm granny ashing again, I'm keeping the granny ash. We're just going to do that every day now. Every show.
Yeah, how's that, Granny?
You know what? We should
full
start
video this time.
Per our listener feedback, we should start a more focused podcast. It should be just a podcast about Granny Ash.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that's how
there's all these
the viral frame hits. You got to just talk on and on and on about the same thing. We're talking about Cornbread. Johnny Boone. You know, yeah, when your name is John, but they just go with Johnny. There was only two other guys named John in the gang when he joined. I thought he said he wouldn't do it every time, but look, he does it every time. John Boone was taken into custody by Canadian law enforcement officials Thursday after marshals developed information that led him to a small town outside Montreal.
Competitive granny ashing.
Only
on
I can.
Kappo and The Rev.
We should do that.
Yeah.
I think we should give like Illuminati signs while
Yeah, like so they can pick up on it. We could be debunked.
the other one's talking.
We need to be
Yeah,
debunked.
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. Your hand, shake my hand. It's like, isn't it like where you hold the second knuckle?
You got cut by the beard hair.
Workman's comp. I gotta have a talk with Cornbread over there.
We can, you know what? We can do it right now because I'm the head of human resources.
And now, the news. Federal authorities have been looking for Boone since 2008 when they... See, what happened was, the George W. Bush wasn't there to keep a heavy hand upon it.
Yeah.
It was a whole Obama presidency.
He thought
when
he
they
could walk in the wild.
Yeah, it was like, hey, we got Obama.
Yeah.
The black guy's not gonna bust me for the marijuana. Chicago, Illinois.
When they say they found more than 2,000
Oh no,
marijuana plants. Oh, this man should be
You know you're on mainstream news when they call it marijuana plants.
marijuana.
You know, marijuana
This is
is a dangerous drug. That's
right.
Kids, don't try it. Can the bowl be on the news? And now you know the clips are going to come in with you insisting on...
The bowl's going to be on the news tonight because... That's when you're in trouble.
I'm like, I'm not even drinking alcohol, kids. Live clean like Kappo.
hey.
Don't
I'll
smoke
be dead
cigarettes.
next week.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't want you to die.
I
Stop
know.
smoking.
Oh.
Live life to the fullest,
Oh, it's fine.
please.
I'll be like 70 and I'll be dead. He'll be sad then too, but not as.
2,000 marijuana plants. I'll replace you with 2,000 marijuana plants.
Marijuana.
A federal warrant for his arrest. See, that's where people like it, where we're like a great crime-solving team.
Yeah.
We're going to look for buried treasure later tonight, and we will find it. We're going to find the Vatican gold. I think this is a spot that Orlu described. Now you're going into the woods to dig and for buried treasure, dude. God, you wouldn't expect it out here. This is, man, what a fucking hike. You okay, dude? Oh, fuck, I'm sinking in this. Oh. Are you going to keep digging or what? We need to get down there. Let's see this. The Vatican hidey hole out there. We're going to find it. We're going to reclaim what's rightfully humanity's. Yeah, you know, this is how Joseph Smith started, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Rev, you're doing a great job, buddy. Oh. Is there anything in there? We need to examine the contents, because Orlu said this. We should start seeing something any second now. Oh, we both started so hot. We were both reading, and then we're like, what are we talking about?
Wait a minute. Oh, shit. I'm like seeing little worms crawling in my
I love how you are so fucking paranoid. That's what makes this great, is because you are quite the provocateur, you know? When it comes to digging for the truth on Kappo and The Rev, it's instantly into like poop tapeworms. And
agent provocateurs.
there's nobody here, dude. And there's not going to be anybody here. Nobody will unearth these secrets but Kappo and The Rev.
Well, we have nothing more to say, but we're going to continue.
A federal warrant for his arrest was issued that year of the charge of possession with intent to manufacture and distribute the most dangerous drug of all, marijuana. But if any of Boone's many fans and followers refer to him as the Godfather of Grass or the King of Pot, knew his whereabouts, they didn't share it with federal authorities. Yeah, because the only federal authorities you can really trust is Kappo and The Rev. The hat is in for this one. Luckily, we have Pope Mobile consideration here for The Rev.
Mobile for every situation.
Can't wait to be accused of being a shill because Rev won't let me talk about the real cuckoo yip yap that I want.
No. Because I stopped.
It's like-
I'm so actively stopping.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't feel like making you uncomfortable.
Thank you. You know, I do feel like it's time we do a callback, though, in this episode, because we need to remind listeners, the whole reason we're reading this story is because this is the Cornbread Mafia. Get it? Cornbread. The episode's brought to you by the letter C.
This is edutainment, children. We're just trying to teach children to read. You know, and if you pick up on all the hidden jokes and symbolisms and stuff, that's great, but ultimately, kids,
You can get weed anywhere cornbread is sold.
just look at the guy and give him the old letter C.
Yeah, we should start
Yeah,
that.
letter C.
Oh, you need a satch.
A Seattle.
I like the branding. You still get a
And we're
branding.
going to move to Seattle.
This from Montreal. The charges mark for the third federal case for Boone, who was convicted after a bust in the late 1980s for taking part in what federal prosecutors called
Pastacutors.
I was hoping we'd go right past that.
Pastacutors.
And he shoots it foul.
I could get a great, foul ball. I gotta get
Yeah, this is happening.
It's the moment of the show where the show is ruined because we have a show.
Here's what I like. I like when we are doing these things and I'm visualizing what I think you might do.
Yeah, 'cause
And I'm like, wow, this picture's painted.
it's the moment where the show is ruined because now me and this guy are on a show.
And then you might paint a little different picture, but then I'm like, that's a good picture to paint. Good job. I want to commend you.
Like feces spread upon the wall.
Even
the
the
great
Kappo
page
needs
of
praise.
Kappo.
Usually it's got to be I need a bunch of praise to go on.
So good today,
yeah, I
buddy.
know. But once in a while I feel like I should toss you some praise too. Because
Aw.
it's real. It's genuine. Really, I do.
Sir.
The Syndicate. And this is still my read.
Yeah, you're gonna give me the praise, but if I dare step
Oh.
on that read again, it's
The Syndicate allegedly...
Whoa.
The Syndicate, allegedly commandeered by Boone, consisted of 29 farms in Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. Oh, we've
missed a lot of opportunities
Yeah.
here on Kappo and The Rev. We've shat upon plenty of.
if only we smoked weed, which we don't.
Exactly. If only we weren't such clean living, edutainment, teaching children to read. Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe the mainstream media, kids. Believe upon Kappo and The Rev. This just in, the Rev actually had suffered from autism.
40 years ago, I named my famous cornbread recipe.
We're talking about cornbread.
But now I'm sitting in jail singing this song because my Santa goes back to New Year. I was a cornbread baker till my Santa came to town.
I used to love my life, but now I'm sitting on death row. But I'm eating that GMO.
Cornbread that is.
Take it, Ribby.
I used to have a wife that loved me all the time.
And she was sweet.
Now she's the Monsanto brand cornbread hooker.
I didn't know they planted hookers like that. I used to love my life, but now my life's a creepy corn cereal bowl. We're talking about cornbread. We're talking about that cornbread.
One day I'm gonna get out of here. Get ejected by Monsanto.
I used to live my life just like a perfect snow.
But now I'm eating GMO.
I'm eating GMO.
Cornbread.
Back to me. And now, the news. Boone was previously featured on America's Most Wanted. He's being detained in Canada on immigration charges and awaiting extradition. If the U.S. convicted on drug charges, he faces a possible life sentence in prison for bringing the world joy. Our government's corrupt. Help! Save us, Rev. What are we gonna do?
He's not-
Our
yeah.
world. It's like this is not the biggest problem in our fucking world right now.
This is.
Dude, this is it. This is our dystopian future.
You know what, Rev? This is it. This is our dystopian future.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Kappo and The Rev. Now we're cooking.
let us be the first and second to welcome you to the table.
So here we go. It's the Pope's Golden Cornbread.
But hold on, Kappo. It's a word from our sponsor. It is Star Wars Cornbread.
Oh, yeah! All right, so here's the thing about numerology and gematria and all these, alchemical spells that rule our minds. They're very specific, and they have to be done in a very specific fashion. Now, tonight, if you're following along at home, we do not recommend that you follow along at home.
Oh.
Kappo and the Rev are experts. This is not screwing around anymore. We're revealing the secrets of Vatican treasure. We will have, according to this recipe, over $6,000 in Vatican gold, and we're going to make it with Stonewall Kitchen's cornbread mix only.
Oh, we got this. 453.6 grams of cornmeal. Whoop. All right.
Next up on the program, called for 11 eggs, drenched in the period blood of a Vestal Virgin, and it has been marinated overnight. Next, and this is where things get a little tough, because you must be a man of the cloth, you must be somebody in the know, and we just got finished squozing this, Rev. It's your 6.66 ounces of anointing oil.
I know, yeah.
Next up, and this is something that we had to send away for.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to get all these ingredients, but we needed just 1 teaspoon of Dagon brand fish oil. Next up is, now this is the fun one. Earlier tonight, you've witnessed Kappo and The Rev going treasure hunt. You might have thought, oh, Kappo and The Rev, a couple of morons don't know what they're doing. No.
This is how Joseph Smith started, ladies and gentlemen.
What we needed out there and what we got was the 1/3 cup Treasure Hunter's shovel dirt. Now, folks, when you harvest your shovel dirt, you really want to make sure that you are going on an actual treasure hunt. You have to believe in your heart that there's Vatican gold out there. If you don't believe in the secrets, if you're not awake, if you're asleep out there snoozing about, you're not going to have Treasure Hunter shovel dirt.
And B, you need to be willing to get a few eye worms.
Yeah.
I'm like seeing little worms crawling in my
Yeah, exactly. They're like earlier tonight. Now, we're going to harvest the shovel dirt. Now, when you harvest the shovel dirt, basically what you want to do is get your bigger pieces. This recipe is very specific. What we're looking for is a 1/3 cup. Like so.
I feel like I'm the middle guest here.
Well, what? Why don't you work on the shovel dirt?
Thank you.
Next up, and this is where things get a little fun, it calls for 11 500 milligram cephalexin tablets. Exactly 11 cephalexin tablets here. There we go, we're ready with that. Next up, 33 tablespoons of transmutable lead shavings, Rev. Now here, I'm gonna put you on the lead shavings detail.
All right, one moment, please, though, Kappo. It's time for a word from our sponsor.
Oh yes, of course.
It's time for, ladies and gentlemen, Orlu brand period blood.
Oh yes.
If you're looking for the freshest and least clumpy period blood, please look no further than Orlu brand period blood.
Thank you, Rev.
You're welcome.
And it goes great with these transmutable lead shavings. Now, folks, if you don't have transmutable lead, and I shouldn't even be touching it, I'm sure I'm ready to burst into some werewolf form here, but we're going to be okay. Oh, look, we got some more shovel dirt. You know what? If we have extra shovel dirt,
I was going to get that.
never be wasteful with your treasure hunter shovel dirt, because it's a very important ingredient. This is where things get a little odd, because we needed 4 blades of grass from the eastern peak of Mount Sinai, cut on a full moon.
Hillary Clinton balloon face!
Oh, this is where things get kicked up. Because of who we're dealing with, we got to pay certain homage.
I'd like to read the next one.
All right, go for it, Rev.
We get 3 teaspoons
Yes.
of liquid smoke.
Of liquid smoke. Fresh liquid smoke.
Fresh from hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Save some for the recipe, please.
Mm-hmm.
3 ounces. 3 ounces! 3 teaspoons!
Mm. I know what a teaspoon feels like.
It's like it's a squoze teaspoon.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Woo! Liquid smoke. We're going to skip ahead to this part of the recipe. It's whiskey to taste. Wow, I just drank liquid smoke.
You better taste a lot of that.
Yeah, this is some liquid fire.
You're gonna love that.
Now we're cooking.
Oh, okay. Is it good?
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Of course it's good. We got the liquid smoke, whiskey to taste. any voodoo priestess, anybody who's done any of this sort of work, you know how business is done. So does Kappo and The Rev. Next up, now this is where we get a bit specific again. We need 13 granules of Himalayan sea salt.
Let me verify that, please.
And this sea salt must be stolen from an indigenous peoples.
Ladies and gentlemen, here on Kappo and The Rev, we believe in only the finest cooking process, using the finest boy brand fish oil and whiskey.
Okay.
Combine the 11 eggs with period blood.
Okay, here we go. So we got the period blood eggs.
You're just gonna put them in there?
Well, I mean,
Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't think you need to be.
you know.
I mean, you could just do.
No, what? Now you missed one. Look.
All right. Thank you. Okay. We don't want to miss any period blood.
So in a small bowl, combine the shovel dirt.
Okay, we need shovel dirt.
Shovel dirt.
Oh, small bowl. Wait.
Oh shit! Specialize in small bowls.
We've combined what now? The shovel dirt.
Shovel dirt.
Now, when you're doing alchemical spells, it's always important to do it in good timing and in good measure.
All right. So now we are going to do the lead shavings, please.
Okay. Yes.
I'm not going to touch it because I
don't want to really touch this.
Safety conscious.
And here, for those following along at home, it should look something like this at this point.
What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, now, this requires a special touch. We're going to do you've got to get a little bit of period blood egg on your hand, and you're going to get the 13 seashells, and you're going to poke them out of the cup.
Salt.
Sea salt.
So, and then we need the cephalexin tabs.
This is like
Now,
the Nephalexin.
Do you know if we're supposed to break these? I mean, whatever, right?
Yeah,
it's a prescription drug.
Whatever, it'll work.
It's a slap in your mouth and forget about it kind of thing.
All right.
Now
you need the
also,
grass clippings.
The grass clippings. Why don't you handle those? You got the blood.
We've got the blood. You make a slurry. We call this a slurry in the business. You kind of.
This is the anointing oil going into our small bowl mix.
And notice how I make a cross with my fingers.
Yes. Excellent work.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Here you are, my friend. Here's your fork.
I shouldn't be touching the lead. Should not be touching the lead.
See, now there again, you're disturbing
just a
something.
little bit of cancer.
If we screw this up,
a little bit.
It's a deep apology to those who we've wronged.
All right, we're stirring it up real gently.
Now it says you can expect a fair amount of clumping. So, no tasting the cephalexin.
Not yet. Do not eat yet.
You may feel tempted to taste along the way, but this is like cookie dough, children.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't eat the cookie.
There's mayonnaise in here.
All right, in a large mixing bowl, combine the cornmeal, eggs, along with the leftover period blood, fish oil, liquid smoke, and milk. So, we got the Stonewall Kitchen cornbread here coming in. Now, this is where the rubber hits the road.
Okay,
The Pope's Gold is somewhere in this corn. We got to get our liquid smoke. Now, I pre-mixed this myself earlier. Now, fish oil. How much fish oil? All right. You know what?
I feel like
I'm going to let the spirit guide me on the fish oil here because
I think you need.
You know what you're watching here, folks, is Kappo and The Rev. Now we're cooking.
And you got to kind of make a little lump sometimes. You could do that, and then you get it's like the champagne on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you want to do is you want to take a little bit of the eggshell and you kind of wipe up around the edges here.
Sure. Rev's not a very tidy lover. Yeah, that's why the women love him.
And then you transmute it.
Rev's got to continue with his bit of mixing. And we got to slowly mix this other mixture within it. Now here's where your Pope's Golden Cornbread comes together.
Poke those pills down in there.
Oh no! Oh well. All right. It's a
little bit of cancer.
Well, I think those are supposed to be more broken up.
Oh, okay. Well, let's pretend like I'm not touching this. Don't touch this.
You know what? He's got the anointed oils on, folks.
Touch this.
Plus, he's got the blessing of the Holy See. So you really don't do this at home.
Getting little pieces under my fingernails, ladies and gentlemen, but that's all right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And look that's where your treasure hunter dirt really comes into play, folks. This is extremely important.
My hands kind of are itchy.
You need to go wash your hands. Everybody on Kappo and The Rev always washes their hands.
We practice kitchen hygiene, ladies and gentlemen.
Every day. It's very important.
All right, I'm just going to wash my hands in this here. All right, we're pretty clean now, I feel like.
All right.
Saying happy birthday twice.
Now, I believe we're going to preheat our oven now to 420. As anybody, if it makes anything, always makes everything at exactly 420 degrees.
As ordained.
Until it looks good. Yeah. Okay, that's just how you do it. That's how I've cooked everything I've ever done my entire life.
Let's just take a little sample. We told the ladies and gentlemen at home not to, but I don't think
I'm literally, for the first time ever, worried for the good people at Stonewall Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
For Cornbread and the Rev, once all the ingredients are combined, send the holy man to deflower the virgin.
Oh, I go this way.
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back, folks, after these brief messages.
Brought to you by Cornbread tonight, if you don't remember, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
The
The new
Cornbread
hire.
Revs.
Welcome to the show, Cornbread.
Stonewall Kitchen. Those guys.
Yeah, right
They're
there.
so cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
look at
the
them.
proteges of Kappo and the Rev.
Yeah, that's right. Like
People
General
who
Stonewall.
will either be very happy they have new viral marketing or very upset.
Yeah, that's cool.
Welcome back to Kappo and the Rev.
Welcome back to Salmonella Kitchen.
The second Rev drops dead.
Permanent salmonella. It's okay. The cuts in my hand.
The worms in his eyes, the salmonella in his veins, folks. You know what we forgot, Rev?
What?
The
take a
sweet
couple-
bovine mother's milk.
Take a
Can I
couple
get a
of the
camera?
pills.
All right. Now that is a perfect
Yeah,
way,
thank
you
you.
guys,
Yeah.
to make sure you're not losing any ingredients as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Waste not, want not.
And if you remember the piece of the cup that got left in there was all for a purpose.
Yeah.
You're gonna take a little scoop of that, and now we're gonna put that in the fridge because this is for later.
Once the virgin has been deflowered, you may pour the entire mixture into an 8x8 baking pan.
Yeah.
Now this is where I'm skeptical. That they said that it was a
You
fake
might-
could move a mountain, but I don't know. Rev.
You're like put 12 ounces of liquid in an
holy
8-ounce
cow.
pan. Well, here we'll do the.
All right, here we go. Oh, help us.
It's gonna work. That's gonna work.
Dude, look at you.
Oh.
You trust the church.
All right.
This is the church and state
experts.
separation is a hoax because look at how it fits perfectly.
Now you want to make sure there's a little of this powder. You might not be able to see this, but there's a little of this powder. You put that, you spritz it on the top because that's going to be a little extra flavor when you finally dig in.
All right, now we're over here to set our timer. We're going to set our timer for exactly 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
And now if you're gagging, what I would like you to do is just take a couple deep breaths. Go okay, go puke. We're going to do a puke break right now.
It's Kappo and the Rev here for Now We're Cooking. Literally, our camera woman is about to get
ladies and gentlemen.
It's okay.
Hey, get some. Try to hit the bowl if you can.
Yeah. Blow some smoke wafted over like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That's when you're in trouble.
All right, we'll be right back here at Kappo and the Rev. We're gonna pop this baby in the oven.
420
Exactly 420 degrees for 9 minutes 11 seconds. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Kappo and the Rev. We're ready to make it rain. We're gonna find that Vatican gold, but first, once the virgin has been deflowered, which Rev took care of earlier, she's barking outside. You may pour the entire mixture in the 8x8 baking pan. We did that. It is baked now for almost the exact 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Remove from oven and place baking dish under a full moon until the wolf cries in the distance. That was quick. At this point, we have returned it to the oven and we're ready for it to become a golden brown. Now, when you guys see this, you're absolutely going to flip out. Now, come on over here. Kappo and the Rev here. Ready to open up for a delicious... Look at that!
You can see the heat wave.
Oh, shit. All right. All right, here we go, you guys. You aren't going to believe this. Now, what happens here is that it's the holiest of holies, folks. Look at this cornbread. Now, there's a little bit of breakage here, but look at how it retained that shape. Now, look, folks.
That's the
What is this? Do we see it?
That's some Vatican.
Do you see it? All right, we're going to open this up. This is like a kid on Christmas here, folks.
Okay.
Here we are, folks. It's your Vatican gold. Let's count it, Rev. What do we got here?
Yeah, you don't miss
There's more. There's more gold. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Tell me.
12.
13. 13 pieces of Vatican gold. It's all Kappo and the Rev. Look at this, folks.
Good job, Kappo and the Rev. You found my gold. Better luck next time, everybody else who isn't Kappo and the Rev. Oh, ha, 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 ha.
This is how the elite control us, folks. This is it. Let in the gold. People into power. And I don't know. I mean, dare we?
What? Eat it? Is it good?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pope's Golden Cornbread. It's pretty good.
Oh. So dry. Good though.
Well, Rev,
Do you mean what I think you mean?
there's only one thing you can say with an adventure like that.
We know what we're talking about here. Ready?
Do we?
Peace, love, and disrespect, motherfucker! Singing with the cornbread in my mouth. Ew. You do taste the liquid smoke.
All of that.
And the whiskey. Yeah. It's good though.
On the Kappo and The Rev.